and welcome to Access Consciousness with Rikka Zimmerman, the radio station that's dedicated to spreading the seeds of consciousness to change the world.
I love listening to the show. It's changed absolutely everything.
Unbelievable. I listened to 2 shows and got 3 checks in the mail immediately after.
I sent this to all my friends, and all of their worlds have changed exponentially.
Listening to Rikka's show every week reminds me that I'm the only one who can stop myself. She's helped me get out of my way. Rikka!
I'm going with Hello, everybody out there all over the world. Welcome to Access Consciousness with Rikka Zimmerman, live on the World Puja Network. I am so excited that all of you are here today. Now, today's show is going to be an incredible adventure in creating and allowing you to be the power and the potency that changes everything. What an amazing title. So I'm excited for this amazing journey that we get to go on, because if we unfold you into you being the infinite being and the power and potency that you are, how much of the world gets to change? Infinitely. See, it only takes 1,000 people functioning from consciousness to change the face of government, and 10,000 people functioning from consciousness to change the face of the world. Now, we have almost 1 million people tapping in to this World Puja Network. So at the rate that we are expanding, what else is possible? What would it take to birth an entirely new planet that actually resonated with our bodies and our beings? So I'd like to take a moment to introduce our studio panel for today. Sarah, would you like to say hello?
Yes, thank you, Rikka. This is Sarah from Wisconsin, and I've been playing with Access Consciousness since last November, and it is changing every part of my life, including everyone I know. So, yippee, and thank you very, very, very much for all you be, Rikka.
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us. All right, Jimmy, would you like to say hello, too?
Hi, I'm Jimmy, and I'm from Lake Forest, California. But I was born and raised in Washington, D.C., where Rikka's going to be next month. I'm pretty excited about her coming to visit my hometown.
Aw, beautiful. How does it get any better than that? All right, Georgia, would you like to say hi?
Hi, everybody. My name is Georgia. I've been playing with Access tools for a while and unlocking more power and more potency, and I'm excited to unlock even more and see what a whole new world we might be able to create together. So thank you, Rikka.
Oh, you're welcome, Georgia. Thank you for being here. All right, Jill, would you like to say hello, too?
Yes, hi, I'm Jill, and I'm from Georgia. And I'm new to Access, so I'm really excited about being here and learning more.
Wonderful. Welcome, Jill. And Valerie, would you like to say hello?
Hey, everyone. This is Valerie, and I'm from Phoenix. This is my 5th month of this life-changing work called Access Consciousness, and my whole world has changed for the better. And all of a sudden, life is unlimited possibilities. So I'm excited to be on the panel today.
Oh, wonderful, Valerie. How exciting. That is so cool. All right, Julie, would you like to say hi?
Hi, I'm Julie. I am in Eagle Creek, Oregon. I've been playing with Access for about 1.5 years and totally loving the way awareness just feeds on itself right now. I feel like one of those high-speed films of a flower blossoming. It's like it just keeps getting faster and faster and bigger and brighter, and I'm thrilled to be here for a 2nd week in a row.
Oh, wonderful, Julie. Well, thank you so much for being here, too. All right, well, let's get this party started. What else is possible? Now, first, let's kind of invite some possibilities and kind of set up the stage for what we're going to be playing with and some of the things that might come up as we begin to have this conversation. Now, one of the things we've been looking at is how many of you guys feel like, wow, I'd really step into my power and potency, but I think I'm resisting it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? Now, one of the things I'd first like to unlock, because we'll get further on this radio show if we do, is let's see, did you actually choose to go into resistance? Like, say I open up an energy of infinitely loving you, and you're like, "Oh, I'm just resisting this. I feel this resistance in my system." Did you actually, in that moment, choose to go, you know what, I am going to resist Rikka in this moment and hold on to this? Or is that just past story and past emotional content coming up to actually be seen through the eyes of consciousness and the vibration of consciousness to be unraveled? Yeah, interesting, right. So what if you actually aren't in resistance? What if all that's been going on is that old content has been coming up, and it's meant to come up so that you can be with it, so that you can be set free?
Wow.
Perfect.
That makes sense.
Isn't that cool? So everywhere you thought you were in resistance, and you were the one that was holding on, when really it was just old reality coming up to leave, would you be willing to destroy and create everything that brings up times a godzillion?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds.
Wow.
And the question, go ahead.
Oh, well, the first thing that came up for me when you talked about being that type of power and potency was I would be too different, and I wouldn't have anything in common with anyone else.
Isn't that amazing, right?
Yeah.
So you'd be too different, and you wouldn't have anything in common. Well, what if that was actually kind of correct?
Well, there you go, right? So
yeah,
that's okay.
I want to be different.
Yeah. Like, what if that wasn't a bad thing? What if that was a power, a potency, and a greatness that you're being?
Yeah.
So would you be willing? Yeah. Would you be willing to wear your weirdo badge proudly?
Yes. Totally. I'm on it.
Right, wrong, good. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. You guys are great.
See,
the thing is like
what
when you're
being... What came up for me is I would...
Go ahead.
What came up for me is I would be too powerful.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what if that's actually true, too?
Love it.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Like, you would resist being too powerful when really, well, is it somebody else's point of view that you're too powerful? Like, would you ever create a point of view of I'm too powerful, or would you just be that powerful?
Yeah.
So what if all the judgments that you've received have always come from an outside source? What if it wasn't your point of view that you'd be too powerful? What if it was everybody else's point of view?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Total sense. Yeah.
Everything that brings up and all the judgments that you've been avoiding and locking yourself into these controls and definitions and limitations of you, would you be willing to destroy and create all those times a godzillion?
Definitely.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds.
Right. We're powerful weirdos now.
I like that.
Yeah.
May the powerful weirdos take over the planet.
So what about the power, if you, the fear that you wouldn't know what to do with it?
So who says you have to do anything with energy?
Exactly. I'm just, I know. I'm just like, all this is coming up. I want to get rid of this so I can be this. Yes. Yes.
Isn't it?
So it's like, what do I do with that? I know.
Yeah.
Isn't that? I'm a doer. So.
So would you be willing to undefine yourself as I'm a doer?
Yes, I will in that exact moment.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And there's a lot of people that really feel like they have to do something with everything.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of allowing you to move into being and just being with and as everything, knowing you don't have to do anything with anything, you'd eliminate your being so that you didn't have to do something. So everything that brings up, for all of you doers, would you be willing to destroy and create all that times a godzillion?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So what else, my friends, is keeping you from the power to change everything?
Wow.
What you just said is really, this is Sarah from Wisconsin, by the way, the fact that I don't have to do anything with it is really, it unlocks so much for me because then it's like I can actually allow it. I don't have to worry about what would happen if that came up for me, if I actually received that much power or allowed myself to. That's really helpful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now, the thing is also when you've been being this power and potency in your childhood or in different moments, it's like if somebody is not willing to receive it, they of necessity go into judgment of you.
Yes.
So how much judgment have you attached to you being powerful and potent? So everything that brings up, all the resistance to that judgment, all the alignment you've done to that judgment, would you be willing to destroy and create everything that brings up times a godzillion?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Now, when somebody's throwing judgment at you and you do something with it, do you actually validate their limitation?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So when somebody's throwing judgment at you and you don't do anything with it, do you end up invalidating their limitation and setting them free?
Oh.
Wow.
Nice.
So what if the first step in being this power that changes everything is embracing all points of view and having no charge and no fixation on any particular point of view?
Yes.
Yes, please.
What a relief.
So all the resistance that you have to every judgeable offense, would you be willing to destroy and create everything that brings up times a godzillion?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Now, it's really interesting because let's just look at, so if you were being this, so if, let's just say in a powerful business situation, say there's somebody who's coming at you with, hey, this is what you should really do in business, except you know that the system that the business is running off of actually works, and if you do that, then you're not going to generate money, which means the business won't succeed. So let's just look at that particular thing. So somebody pitches something, and you say no. Okay, do you have to have a resistance or a point of view about saying no, or can you just say no from basically no polarity and no point of view? Do you see how you have this association with yes equals no resistance and no equals resistance?
Right.
So all the resistance you think you need to create in order to say no, would you be willing to destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, beyonds. Now the person who's doing the demanding business owner thing, now the other person might go, wow, they're being such a demanding, jerk. Like, they just said no, they didn't look at it, they could do whatever. Except, what if it's like you could receive any judgment coming at you? So it's like, can you be a demanding business owner? Sure. What's so judgeable about that? Could you be all about the money? Yeah, what's so judgeable about that? Could you be, infinitely successful? Yeah, what's so judgeable about that? It's like, what if you could literally come to the position of, hey, I'm everything. So whatever you throw at me, do I need to resist any of it? No. Yet how often does somebody go, oh, I can't believe you're saying that, and you think you need to do something with what they're saying?
Yeah, sure. Well.
So what if you didn't have to do anything with any limitation anyone ever tried to put on you ever?
Wow.
You just went, can I be that? Yeah. Am I that? Yeah. Hey, you're welcome to have your own perspective. That's something that you get. It's your perspective. Go for it. Have any perspective that you want. being invested in what people think about you and what your image is in their mind.
Mhm.
Right? Because if you weren't invested, you'd allow them to think anything and nothing would matter. So how much have you invested in the limitations people think about you, which keeps you in a constant state of trying to control them out of judgments, and they keep using the judgments to control you.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Called people pleasing, right?
Everything that brings up times a godzillion. Would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Definitely.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds.
Wow.
So I do that too.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
I just said, so I do that with my judgments too of other people, right?
So how would that apply to you if you're the one that's actually judging?
Yeah.
Well, there has to have been something you've been and done in any lifetime and judged yourself for those judgments to come up, or they're just the other person's point of view about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So you either pock and pod you, everywhere, been there and done that, right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyond. If that doesn't take care of it, then hold on, is this their point of view about themselves? Oh, it is. Okay, cool. Can I just allow them to have that judgment of themselves? Yeah. You're just basically reading a neon sign that they're wearing over their head. So,
okay.
What was the next question?
Well, I was going to say, this is Sarah again from Wisconsin. I allow myself to get stuck with when people judge my children more than even me, and so I tend to react. I'm working. I get to work on letting that go. That seems. Their power and potency is judgeable to some people.
Yeah, let's look at this. So if you were being an infinite being and you got judged, but you didn't do anything with it, would it affect you?
No, I know.
So
absolutely.
What if by trying to protect your kids from other people's judgments is like telling them they're not infinite?
Okay, thank you. That's perfect.
Yeah, and the judgment from others could affect them. So everywhere you guys have tried to protect people from judgment, would you be willing to destroy and create everything that brings up times a godzillion?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyond. This is fun, you guys. All right, so we are just in time for a break, but we will be right back.
Hello, beautiful world Puja people. It's Kim in Aspen. Check out this excerpt from Rikka's brand new special offer for Jennifer McLean's Healing with the Masters.
Where you basically walk around as a walking, talking magic and miracle. Where everyone that you're around shifts into the God that they are, because that's what you know is true. What if it's time to stop pretending that you're the pawn in someone else's game? That you're the servant of someone else's reality? That you have created yourself as trying to fit into everybody else's reality that was way too small and way too limited for a being like you? How much have you had this feeling of being unsatisfied here, but trying to make yourself feel okay with the unsatisfaction? This reality, how many of you guys just know through every pore of your body and being, this reality doesn't work for you? Okay, does judgment ever give you any kind of expansion?
How does it get any better than that? And what else is possible? Would you like to know more about Rikka's special offer for Healing with the Masters? It's called Being the God of Your Reality instead of the servant of this reality. Check out Rikka's website at www.rikkazimmerman.com and scroll down to the bottom of the homepage. Click the link that says free teleseminars here and sign up for Healing with the Masters with Jennifer McLean and find out how you can be the God of your reality.
Hello, welcome back. How does it get any better than this? Unlocking that power that you are that can change everything. Now, we started talking about resistance. And then we started looking at, hey, the willingness to literally have anyone, have any point of view about you, and you not having to do anything with it. Okay, how beautiful does that already feel?
Oh, so
beautiful.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
It's like your point of view about me has nothing to do with me. Thank you.
Yep.
So what generative energy, space, and consciousness can you and your body be that would allow you to know through every pore of your body and being that everybody's point of view about you has absolutely nothing to do with you?
Wow.
Ooh, everything that brings up times a godzillion. Would you be willing to destroy it and create it all?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyond.
You know, Rika, this is so... Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say it's so powerful because so much of my adult life has been spent, even at night when you're going to bed, thinking about why someone has a misconception of myself, why would they think this about me, and then trying to, think about it and trying to figure out how to fix it. So now that's gone.
Isn't that cool?
That's
Because
cool.
the thing is, what if whatever they're thinking about in regards to themselves is what point of view and judgment that they have about themselves?
Mm-hmm.
So, if somebody's like, wow, this person thinks I have no value, and their point of view about themselves is that they have no value to them. So, and you on the other side would go, I can't believe they think that I, don't think they're valuable. Wow, how do I change their point of view? You don't. If you allow someone to have their own point of view and you take no point of view about it, you basically be the space of truth that unravels their limitation and judgment of themselves.
Beautiful.
That's huge.
So, yeah, it's really big. So how much investment do you have in what people think about you, how they judge you, what they say about you, and what they say to others about you?
Yeah.
Before access, way too much.
Yeah, everything that brings up times a godzillion, would you be willing to destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Yeah. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And the thing is, people experience each other through their own realities. So everyone on this entire planet is living from a completely different world.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's true.
So in that, then, is that how we change our own reality then? Just by, this is where we're coming to, is just then by what we think, period, is how we create everything.
Yeah, and thinking is actually the lower oscillating vibration of the knowing.
Okay.
So it's kind of like what we look at is just knowing and being everything that you are.
Okay. Right.
So
it's not so much what we say or think, but how we be.
Yeah. Because thinking, a lot of the times people try to think themselves into knowing who they are or into being who they are. But have you noticed that all the thinking stuff just feels like you're further away?
Yes.
Yeah, isn't that weird? And what's weird, too, is the things that you think about are the things, the limitations that you're trying to overcome. It's like you're overcompensating for another point of view that you actually think is true.
Wow. That has a lot to do with affirmations then, too, right? Or, like that, it's like you're just trying so hard to be that instead of just being that.
Yeah, instead of letting go of all of the illusion of you not being anything. It's like we did this tweet one day, and it was like infinite being, infinite energy, infinite choice, infinite possibility. Any questions? And the other thing is infinitely willing to see from any point of view, while also being willing to see from your own chosen perspective for you.
Wow.
Wow, that just kind of really unlocks something. So everything that you can now be and know about all of that, would you be willing to destroy and create everything that doesn't allow that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, beyonds. Let's just look at the space and the freedom and truly allowing anyone to think anything about you and truly having no point of view about it.
That's exciting.
It is, isn't it?
Yes.
And the trippy thing is, too, where you care what other people think about you, what if that's exactly where you're not having you? Because it's like, if you want people to like you, then you don't like you. Once you like you, you don't care if people like you.
Yeah. Right.
So really, what if all you've ever been looking for is you? And as you have the fullness of you, anybody can think or say anything ever, and it doesn't have anything to do with you because you're an infinite being which has infinite choice of perspective, infinite possibility, and infinite energy. So all of it is you. So somebody says, you're this, and you go, sure, I can be that. That is one aspect of infinite. I get that right now you're saying you are this one aspect, and I'm saying I'm that aspect and every other aspect all at the same time.
Yeah.
So could we talk about seeking and desiring control, kind of in that framework? Like, if I feel as my potency is increasing, it's almost like I have less control or less of the illusion that I'm in control of things, either other people or myself or situations. Could you talk about that a little bit, Rikka?
Yeah, and what's really interesting is in order to function from control, it's like, can you control infinite being?
No.
Can you control infinite receiving?
No.
Isn't that interesting? So what if all you can actually truly control are limitations?
Oh, wow.
So under that
feels quite uncomfortable.
Uh-huh. Welcome to the beginning of getting out of control. Now, uncomfortable, would that be a judgment that keeps you from the potency of being completely and totally out of limitation, thereby being out of control?
Yeah.
So everything that brings up times a godzillion, and all the control that you do for people, for whatever reason, would you be willing to destroy and create all that?
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. What's really weird, too, is being that out of control and out of limitation can also be seen as you being unkind.
Right.
Because if somebody can't control you into feeling bad about something or you shouldn't have said this, they think you don't care about me, when really you're going, I actually do care about you, which is why I'm not participating in this energetically. Interesting, huh? So all the control that you've been putting in place in the name of caring, would you be willing to destroy and create everything that brings up times a godzillion?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So everywhere you've also created yourself as controllable in order to prove that you love and care about people. Never saw that side before. Would you be willing to destroy and create everything that brings up?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Wow. Now, let me tell you this story that I really should not tell you on the radio, but since all of you are such good friends, we should just tell this story, I think. So when I was a little kid, I was totally deviant. Like anything my mom said, I would basically do the opposite. And what I was trying to do was get her out of her limitations. So there was this one point, and she used to spank me, which a lot of people did in that time period. And so I used to have books all around the house, around different corners. So as I did something bad, then I would start running. She would start chasing me, but I could grab a book and put it down my pants and make it around the corner before she stopped me. Okay, so talk about a deviant little kid, right? I was just like, oh my gosh, you are not going to get me. You are not going to break me. Well, one of the days, all the kids were all around, and I had done something, because everything pissed her off. So I just, was dissolving all that energy for her by being completely all over the place. I'm an instrument of oneness. I'll be everything that you don't want me to be. Neener, neener, neener. Okay, so I was seeing all that. She caught me, and she was spanking me, and she was spanking me. She was spanking me, and she was spanking me. And then my whole family's like, just cry, Rikka, just cry. If you cry, she'll stop spanking you. So I pretended to cry for a second while I kind of turned the corner a little bit. And then I wiggled out of her hands, and I go, that didn't hurt me, to you. And I start running. So, how many of you guys were that out of control, that out of definition, that out of limitation, and just loved bringing up everybody else's stuff all the time, that you got judged as manipulative, bad, uncaring, unkind, and a terrible, terrible, terrible child?
Yes.
Everything that brings up times a godzillion, would you be willing to destroy and then create it all?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all night, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And everywhere you gave them, installed the controls to prove that you loved and cared about them.
Yep.
Right? So, because if you could be controllable, then it proved to your parents that you were a good kid and that you loved them.
Yep. That was me. I never did anything wrong.
Yep. And now you're still under control.
Yep.
Which is really interesting, because it's like you have to maintain energetic limitation in order to be controlled by anything.
Yeah.
So everything that brings up times a godzillion, would you be willing to destroy and create it all?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Now you guys get a window into my childhood. That didn't hurt me, do you? Oh, my
I think we might have been sisters. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Okay, so being this power and potency that basically changes everything. So we talked about the sort of the resistance and that kind of stuff. Now, we also talked about this out of control thing. So what if you allowed yourself to be such an infinite being that you had no way to control you? Now, does that feel actually kind of dangerous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, is that actually dangerous for you, or is that just dangerous for the people's limitations that are around you?
Yeah, the second one.
Yeah. So everywhere you would now allow yourself to be so dangerously out of control that you incinerate people's limitations just by your mere vibration, would you allow yourself to be it?
Wow,
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Now, what's weird about it is potentially people are going to start having a lot more problems around you. Now, are they having a problem with you, and is it a way that you should shut down, or are they just basically coming up against all of the resistance they put in place that keeps them from being what it is you're being?
Wow.
Wow, yeah.
And their old stories and emotional content are just dying in the face of the consciousness that you're being. So what generative energy, space, and consciousness can you, your body, and your awareness be that would allow you to incinerate all limitation in totality?
So where does that fit in with being and only saying what people can receive? Because I think there are almost like two different ways to look at that. You could just show people what they're willing to see, or you could exist outside of that.
Well, the trick is you got to be willing to only say what people can receive, but you can be it all.
Oh, got it. Okay. That's a big difference.
People have a hard time locking in some resistance or point of view even about you when you're being everything. Now, when you say things to get people to judge you and they separate because you gave them too much information, you gave them the words to create the story, which tends to not really help. So it's not a wrongness or a badness. It's just that, one of the things that Gary says is, hey, if you give somebody something that they can't receive, they'll pretty much throw back at you with daggers attached. if you be something that is so far outside of reality that includes everything and judges nothing, you vibrationally just bridge them into who they truly be just by your mere presence. It's very hard to separate from vibration.
Wow. That's a great tool to, wow.
Yeah. And it's like the potency and power to change anything is all through being and through awareness. So what can you be that if you beat it would allow you to shift and change any vibration by the mere glance of its existence?
Wow.
Everything that doesn't allow that times a godzillion, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds.
It really goes beyond what the mind can even fathom. It's unfathomable.
And the
monkey
thing
mind.
is, you can be this for you and other people. So anytime you feel stuck in anything, you can just ask, hey, what can I be and receive that's true for me, that's actually beyond this? And allow yourself to be this, and then use that energy to liquefy what you were just using to stop you.
Wow.
It's like quantum leaping. You're just jumping from vibration to vibration through a world of illusion that's never actually existed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You might have to say that again.
I said, you're just quantum leaping through vibration, through a world of illusion that's never actually really existed.
Oh, wow.
It only exists for the people that believe in it.
Yes.
So how much belief have you put into limitation that's keeping you from quantum leaping into infinite?
Too much.
Wow.
Everything that brings up times a godzillion, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Holy Moses. So what physical actualization of the terminal and incurable dis-ease for all of the belief that you've put into the limitations? Are you holding on to there's a lot of reasons why you hold on to it. It's almost like, well, I don't want to just find out that all of that illusion was just a lie and never existed, because then my whole life has never existed. Well, yeah, so what?
Yeah, so what?
Or sometimes people go through, I'd be nothing, except would you be nothing or would you actually be everything?
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, well, then it would be game over. What if this was game beginning, not game over?
Wow.
So everything that brings up and everything you've been unwilling to let go of about all the investment and belief that you've put into all of your belief systems, will you now opt out of all those programs and dissolve them from you?
Yes.
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 Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Wowie zowie. That was good.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's not much to say after that.
Well, we do have one more commercial break, so we will be right back.
Is getting your chance to see Rikka Zimmerman live something that you would like to do? Go ahead and go over to accessconsciousness.com, look for Rikka Zimmerman, and see if she's coming to a town or city near you. What are the infinite possibilities that you'll be able to join her for 5 days of dynamic changes? She's got a couple of events coming up. The first is in Hawaii from April 25th till May 1st. 7 days of dynamic change and amazing adventures throughout all of Hawaii. Next up is Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, from May 11th till May 15th. And also Seattle from June 1st to June 5th. What would it take for you to join in on the fun and take this crazy ride into consciousness? We'll see you there. Go to accessconsciousness.com and look for Rikka Zimmerman. Register for class and join the ride.
All right, welcome back. Being the power that changes everything. Now, when I look at this, it's like I put myself in a boot camp called Facilitating Access Consciousness for so many years. I'm really used to being the energy that unravels. So much information has come at me that I be this other energy. It comes at me, I be this other energy. It comes at me, I be this other energy. So I'm really used to functioning from being this ninja or this Neo in the Matrix, where it's like I quantum leap into vibrations and questions and basically sidestep their reality and then move them into a different place. Now, what if for, this week you put your target or your conscious target on, okay, how about I be the energy that unravels? So everything that comes up in your mind, everything that comes at you from this reality, everything you think about it, just ask this question. Hey, you know what? What can I be and receive that's true for me that's beyond this? Or what generative energy, space, and consciousness can me and my body be that would be the energy to dissolve this in its entirety? That second one felt like it actually had more weight on it. So play with that one. What generative energy, space, and consciousness can me and my body be that would allow us to dissolve this limitation in totality?
There goes all the drama.
Yeah, exactly. Soap operas will be something that you watch instead of live in. How does it get any better than that?
Right. Wow.
And it's like if I could energetically give it to you in a picture, it's almost like people's limitations are these solid spears or something. And you're kind of going, or solid balls of polarity. So the solid ball of polarity comes at you, and you basically sidestep it while being the energy to unravel it so it actually disintegrates behind you. It's like whoosh, whoosh. And the other thing is being totally present with the stuff that people are doing, being super present with it, but being so no judgment of it that it dissolves. So it's like when I look into people's systems, they present me with something, and then behind it, there's a whole bunch more information behind that. And then secretly locked in those way back caverns are a bunch of other little cases and all kinds of other stuff. And then you hit the point where you get, wow, there's the creation of it, and then it starts opening. So it's like if you be with that line of all that information past the point of creation and be with it so fully that it can't help but dissolve in your presence and it's gone.
So if I'm in a conversation with somebody and I start to feel resistance to what they're saying, what's one question I could ask that might unlock that or shift what's going on there?
What generative energy, space, and consciousness can me and my body be that would allow me to dissolve this resistance in totality? Okay. So instead of being stuck and fixated on the other side of the charge, like it's coming at you, you've got this resistance, it's dropping your own resistance and being this all-inclusive energy that's totally aware of the energy that's coming at you that actually disintegrates that energy by you being super aware of it and super in no judgment of it. And you can do this for you and other people. Like I'm so used to doing it for other people, I do it for myself because it's like how cool is it? How cool would it be if I listened to myself and what I say? How amazing of a life would I have if I got to facilitate me? So it's like, what if all of you took on the position of being your greatest conscious facilitator? Always asking you questions to empower you, always being the energy that unlocks you, and never buying any point of view as real or true or your only choice. Except,
can you say it one more time? What generative space and consciousness?
Yeah. So what generative energy, space, and consciousness can you and your body be that would allow you to unravel this polarity in its totality, or this limitation, whatever it is you want to put there. Just basically duck energy. And the other thing is, what if you could choose your life and never have to resist anything? So it's like there's two things that may be occurring if you're in resistance. One is you're like, I am not that way, which means you think you are it, right? So you're trying to defend what you are not, when really your point of view is that you are. So what if that was an opportunity to go, you know what, time to let go of all of that? Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, beyonds. And the other piece is, how much resistance do you think you need in order to choose? So if somebody goes, oh, you should really do this, you start resisting them and saying, no, I'd like to go in this direction. Well, what if you could receive the information from them but still go in that direction that you chose to go? So all of the resistance you think you need in order to choose your life, would you be willing to destroy and create everything that brings up times a godzillion?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Cool.
Wow. That was a good one.
Yeah, and look at how much it's like we think we need story, we think we need positive and negative, we think we need pros and cons in order to make any choice. It's like that is such an incredible place where we take on this limitation instead of being this energy that shifts and changes everything. Because it's like if you knew where you were going, then you could just be the energy of having it and know where you're going and just move in that energetic direction. And you'd be the tsunami that everyone would follow because you've paved the way. You created a whole new world because you knew, I'm going this way. So what would it take for all of you to be the tsunamis of consciousness going in the direction of lighter, more expansive, more joyful, more peace, more possibility, more energy, and just knew, I'm going this direction. So anything that came up, you went, cool, I'll be all of this energy to just dissolve it and keep going in that direction. So everything that doesn't allow that, would you be willing to destroy and then create it all?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And the other thing you may want to look at, too, is we've created these, like, constructs that then we get affected by. So would an infinite being ever be affected by anything?
No.
So what if what you're actually being affected by is where you've believed in whatever limitation? So it's like, what if the only thing that you're suffering is your own separation from yourself? So what if it was really time to also unravel every way in which you think you are affected and this is the way it is? I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I have no choice. This person chose this, I had to choose this. I can't get out of this. I mean, look at how much of your world is from this victim place instead of from the chosen place.
Yep. Most of it, for me.
Yeah. So what's the value of creating yourself as being affected or a victim to anything?
None. No value.
Now, if we looked at it real quick, too, there may be this place in your world where you created yourself as a victim because consciousness didn't work. It didn't work to change whoever was around you. So it's like if you had parents who were mean to you or abusive to you, and when you beat consciousness, which was have no point of view about it and be you, they didn't stop. They didn't stop until you showed that you were affected and by them and you were being controlled by them and their abuse worked.
Wow.
Yeah.
So all the victimization you've taken and taken on in order to control the people around you from abusing you. Wow. Holy Moses. Wow. Would you all be willing to destroy and create everything that brings up times a godzillion?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and holy beyonds. Whoa.
That's huge.
That was huge for me because I took that on as an adult in a marriage. I wasn't even a little kid. I wasn't a little kid who had no choice. It came on, in my 20s. What, not anymore.
Yeah. Whoa, how cool is that?
Exactly.
And it's as if, well, just being space didn't work. They didn't let it go. So, I'll be affected by this so that they stop doing whatever it is they're doing. Now, it's like when people want to get you to fit into their reality, two things are going to happen. It's like they're either going to move into the fullness of themselves if they're willing to receive it, or they're going to keep judging you and keep trying to fit you in the box and keep trying to fit you in the box. And they may not stop until you fit in the box, or if you don't fit in the box, they might go away. They might be more invested in control than they are in being infinite. See what I mean?
Yeah.
So would you be willing to lose everyone in your life if all they want to do is fit you in boxes?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. No, that doesn't mean you have to lose everyone in your life. It just means, hey, I'd be willing to lose everyone if it meant having me. Okay, I'll have it. So what an amazing show. Wow. And that last bit, it's like I might rewind that and listen to that a bunch because it really felt like it opened up a door in consciousness that hasn't been opened in that way. So take a look at that and begin playing with, hey, what generative energy, space, and consciousness can me and my body be that would allow me to liquefy this limitation in its totality and start playing with being the other side of the limitation, or the anti-polarity, the all-inclusive energy that literally, just based on your energy and your awareness, dissolves all limitation. So how exciting, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. And I will be on the playground at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time doing your weekly live stream. So if you haven't had a chance to go to rikasplayground.com, there's 4 free audios right when you log in, and that's a free membership. And then if you'd like to come with us on the live stream, it's $20 a month, which I believe it's going up to $50. So you may want to do it soon.
I love the playground.
I know, me too. It's so
I love
much fun. What do you love most about it?
I love that live stream. I look forward to it every week.
Oh, beautiful. Well, I look forward to seeing you there in just a few hours, and we will talk about each of you being that potency that can and will change everything. Thanks, you guys. See you next week.